Hi, and welcome to my vlog. You can call me Marie. I am vlogging here from Denmark, sitting in my backyard. Found this spot with the green in the back. I thought that was pretty, and I don't think I've vlogged from this angle before. We have this amazing big garden that there are a lot of places where I can sit and do the vlogs with some kind of green or flowery in the background. So I wanted to sit here today. So today I'm going to show you something new I've done. I kind of, the last, I think 2 years, I've been knitting dresses, and it's just because that I wear a lot of dresses, knitted and store-bought, but I wanted to try something else, and I think I saw it on Instagram, somebody who did like a two-piece, which was, I think it was like, I think it was a skirt and a t-shirt or something like that. I'm not sure, but I think I've seen it. My favorite things knitwear just did like it was a slip over vest thing and a skirt, or was it, I think she's done two where she has like a top and a bottom part that is in the same kind of structure. I think she's done a skirt and a top, and I think she's done like a pair of shorts and a top that fits. So and my favorite things knitwear works with this numeral system that I am struggling to remember the numbers, because I think I've knitted one of her patterns, and I've bought one of her tea patterns that I haven't started on yet. But let's take a look at the two-piece that I have done. So actually I started with this. And this is from a book called it's called something simple something. I'm going to find the book, and I'm going to write down here what the book is called. But it's a book of Susie Haumann. I've knitted some of her patterns before. I've talked about her before. Danish knitwear designer, and I have used the pattern called Ease because I had bought 100-gram skein of silk mohair from It's Yarn, which is a Danish dyer who is not dyeing anymore. So she had like this one last drop on her web shop, and I went in there and I bought 2 skeins of silk mohair. No, it was a 50-gram skein that I bought, 2 50-gram skeins. So I thought when I bought them, looking at colors on their website can be tricky. So I actually thought that the 2 skeins would work together, so I could do like one blouse in those 2 skeins, because I think those 2 skeins would be enough for a silk mohair tee. They were both silk mohair skeins. So, but I bought this one, and it's called Wild Raspberry, I think the color. And then I had in my stash this yarn, which is bought at the Garn Specialisten, the yarn specialist, Garn Specialisten, and they buy and sell dead stock yarns, which is yarn from the industry that else would have been, burned, destroyed. So I had 500 grams of this quality. It's called Raspberry 2, so wild raspberry and raspberry, and it was a alpaca suri something mix. I think they still have it on their website. I don't know if they ship outside of Denmark, but so I used the ease pattern, which starts with a silk mohair, and then it switches to another kind of yarn. Oh, I can't remember. Both yarns are Isaiah yarns. So you go from a size 3.5 needle to a 4.5 needle, I think. That's what I did anyway. I'm not sure that what the pattern actually said. But up here I have one strain of silk mohair, and the stripes below here, because I used a 4.5 millimeter needle. I have 2 strains of silk mohair, so that it wouldn't look all crazy. And then I did, when I got like this far, I got the idea of making the 2-piece. So first I made this, and it's a bit short, but it's supposed to be short because I made a skirt in the same qualities. Oh, so this is, I've made skirts before. It's a very long time ago in completely different needle, a completely different yarn, completely different gauge. So this was like, how to do this. So I just cast on, I think, 200 stitches, something like that, and then I started, knitting. I knit like 8 rounds of stockinette, then I purled 1 round so that it would fold like this. It's the same I've done in the edges on the blouse, so just to, and then I made like buttonholes, and then I knitted another 8 rounds of stockinette, and then I knitted the fold down, and then I went round and round and round and round and round for like until it measured 10 centimeters. Then I did some German sort wars to have more fabric on the back, because I need more fabric on the back for natural reasons. And then I knitted until I thought, okay, now it's almost long enough. Then I had some of the silk mohair from the top left, and then I made 4 rounds of the silk mohair, and then went back to the suri silk alpaca thing, and I knitted 8 rounds of that, purled 1 round, and then I knitted 6 rounds, and then I cast it off, picking up stitches at the same time. So I knitted this down, so really easy. And then I made this extremely long I-cord. I've made I-cords for like baby pants before, and my experience was that I had a tendency to make them a bit too short, because it's not that interesting to do like an I-cord, but I wanted this to be long enough, so I actually made it ridiculously long. And this yarn is, it's very heavy, you know, it drags very heavy. So I have like when I knit something new, and especially when it's kind of like done an experiment, before I wear it the first time to wash it, especially this, because you know all the edges on this before I washed it was like folding in all kinds of directions. So I washed it, I dried it, laying flat, and then I've worn it one day for work. You know, I have an office job, so it's a lot of sitting down. It's a lot of, you know, doing regular stuff. That day, I think I work on the third floor, so there are a lot of steps, and I think I, you know, went up and down the stairs a couple of times. So a good test, you know, maybe if you really want to test it, you need to wear it more than that, but you know, an initial test, that's what I do, because if I wear a garment for an entire day, then I have like, okay, what's kind of, you know, what do I need to do different next time? So what I've experienced is that this skirt, it's a bit short, especially when I'm sitting down. So when I'm standing up, it looks fine, I think. When I'm sitting down, I'm doing like, you know, trying to cover a bit more of my thighs. So it is a bit short. So next time I'm going to knit a skirt a bit longer. And I don't know if you can see, but it's about, yeah, maybe I should have realized. I'm a 1 meter 65 centimeters. I have no idea what that is in feet, but it's not particularly high. Tall. It's not particularly tall. So maybe I should have, you know, it's not that it misses like, but just, you know, this much would have done for me. But I can see when I am standing, it looks nice. When I'm sitting, because I did the short rows across the butt, it doesn't, you know, I have a feeling when I wear skirts and dresses that if they are too short, I have the feeling of it, you know, creeping up on the back, so that it reveals more than I would like. So that it doesn't do that. So, but I think next time I'm going to do this, I might do even more short rows, because I'm not sure I know what it's called in English. But when you look at me in profile, I have like a butt that, you know, just like, you know, there are a lot of person on the back, if you could say that. So I might do even more short rows next time. I can see that I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 turns in each side. Yeah, maybe I should just done one more, because I have this space between the turns. I could have done like one more like this easily. Yeah, but then you live and you learn, you know. I know how I like, how many short rows I like when I do like a neckline, and yeah, so now I am learning how many turns I would like when I do like space for my bottom. So yeah, the only thing with this that I might get a bit irritated about, but I had like one dogma when I did this. I was not going to, you know, unravel. I was not going to, you know, knit backwards, as we would say in Danish. So, but the neckline, you might be able to see that. I've put on a reel on Instagram that you can go and see. My profile on Instagram is the same as in here, but as maybe you can see it. This neckline is like very wide, and luckily for me, that's in fashion. So yoohoo! I made something fashionable, and I don't consider it kind of like a problem, but I think if it's going to grow anymore, you know, the neckline going, then I might have to, you know, I still have a bit of the silk mohair. Maybe I need to, you know, crochet along. I've also knitted this down, just like on the bottom of the skirt, and the bottom of this, and the bottom of the sleeves. So maybe I need to do like a crochet all the way around, so that it shrinks a bit. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that, but I think this is, in my world, a blouse like this would be like a nice everyday wear. And I've actually made a really stupid mistake. Apparently, and not so much to my surprise, I can't count, because as you can see, I've made the split hem smaller than half, so that the front is smaller, shorter than the back, which it wasn't supposed to be. But then I made the dogma, I'm not going to unravel, so it is what it is, and it's going to stay that way. So, but this is kind of my vibe right now. I'm doing this as a two-piece. I have another one I'm going to do as a two-piece, which I originally wanted to do in a dress version, but then I got the idea that I wanted to try and make a skirt, and I think I'm going to do like a pocket on the skirt, just to see if I can make the pocket strong enough to hold like a mobile phone, because often when you wear dresses and skirts and things like that, you need a place to put like your mobile phone or your car key, you know, small things like that, because sometimes that's all you need to bring with you, you know, your phone and your car keys, and maybe not, you know, a complete bag. You know, sometimes, you know, just putting it in a pocket would be nice. So that's the idea I am working on another project I'm going to show you some other day. But this is what I wanted to show you today, my first two-piece. And please, can you leave a comment and tell me if I am crazy, and or should I, you know, make more, you know, or go back to the dresses, because I'm going to wear these together, and they take the same time to knit a blouse and a skirt as it does to, you know, make a dress, because these overlap with like this much. If you see the reel, you'll see that I try to not do like this, because if I do like this, the blouse is not long enough to reach the hemline, no, not the hemline, the top of the skirt. So yeah, I've done some, I try, because I don't consider myself like elegant. So when I do the reels, I try to make them like funny or cringy or something like that. Because surprise, I am not a model. I don't do like catwalk things. I do like funny, silly. Danish woman in her 40s have knitted this. So yeah, I think this is all I wanted to tell you about my new two-piece, and I hope that you enjoyed this video, so that you will return another time. And maybe if this is the first time you're tuning in to my channel, I have more than 30 videos on my channel that you can go back and see. I try to make these videos non-seasonal, which is hard because how do you do that? But well, this is all I want to say about this. I hope that you give this video a like. I hope that you leave a comment if I am crazy or not. And I hope that if you are not already a subscriber to my channel, that you will subscribe, so that the content that I am creating will find its way to other users. And until I see you next time, happy knitting.